got for me, yeah.
I woke up and I'm feeling like a boss right now. I woke up and I'm feeling like a boss right now. I'm gonna hold it down, I swear. I roll up and I'm smelling like a right now. I do this for my rounds, yeah.
Feel like in the real life, dripping on sauce in a good life. You shine, I shine, and ain't nobody gonna take mine. I just wanna be a boss. I will never ever fall. Chillin' like a boss with my feet up. Got a bag for him with a visa. Pulling up the know the leader. Getting that while I'm on the. She's a keeper. No play burritos. Get to the pesos with amigos. I cannot with no zeros.
Thought you went out. No, I can't show you no love, baby. Yeah, I am a boss in the cut, mayday. Bubbles and I'm these models. It's popping, I tip her. I skip her, I give her the. Girl, you on my line right now. Yeah, I can see the signs right now. Feeling like a boss right now. Feeling like a boss right now. And you just took a loss right now. Dripping in the sauce right now. Get a sprinkle up my style. I'm about to lock down.
Feel like in the real life, dripping on sauce in a good life. You shine, I shine, and ain't nobody gonna take mine. I just wanna be a boss. I will never ever fall.
I feel like a boss right now. Talk to the man right now.
Oh yeah.
Feel like the man right now. Your girl on my line right now.
Hey, everybody, it's the coach, and this is Monday Night Football.
We are just a few miles from the Gulf Coast of Florida at Raymond James Stadium here in Tampa. Tonight, we wrap up an intriguing Week 2 with a good Monday night matchup between the New Orleans Saints and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. On 1st and 10, Winston. Flush to his right. He finds an opening past the 40. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. He is tough to bring down Jameis Winston. Charles, I remember calling a baseball game of his. He played baseball at Florida State, too. And you saw his legs, tree trunks, sprayed in to those baseball pants. I said, how could anybody bring this guy down?
And that's part of the beauty of his game because he has that toughness, that thick body. He may not beat you sprinting, but he's real sharp with his mind, and he knows how to get away from people.
Now a carry here for Orleans Darkwan. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
First down, Winston. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Cameron Jordan. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have. And an alley to run. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. A breakdown defensively there as the scramble is going to set him up with a much more manageable third down. I thought they were going to sack him there like they did on first down. Great coverage, but he found a way to move with his legs.
Yeah, his ability to take off, not only did he get some yardage back, he got a little bit extra. Really helps him on third down, makes it manageable now.
And he's taken down here by the Saints. Alex Okafor coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
A first down throw for Bridgewater. And an alley to run. And down he'll go at the 25. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Bridgewater now on 2nd down. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Throwing is Bridgewater. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. That's taken on the 25. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Winston. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And an alley to run. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Throwing, Bridgewater. That ball's caught. Aguilar, right side. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
On third down, Bridgewater. He may try and run for this. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
These type of plays are backbreakers for a defense. They thought they had him hemmed in, thought they were going to get him on the ground with the pass rush, but were unable to do so. He gets away, picks up a big 1st down, and sets up 1st and goal inside the 10.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Saints have taken the early lead. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. A look at Jameis Winston now as he gears up to lead this offense again. And he'll need to find a way to shrug off the opening drive, if you can even call it a drive. One play and an interception, so he's got to forget that.
I know that in today's football, we have a good number of coaches who don't look at time of possession the way that the old school guys did. But there's still a place for it. And I think that on this drive.
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Alex Okafor in there to get him for his 2nd sack of the night. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. And he finds enough of an opening to get this one back up to his 20. A 4-yard pickup that gets him going forward, but still 15 yards left on third down. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Bucs in possession of the football as we begin the second quarter. They do, however, have a tough 3rd and long coming up. Working out of the gun, Winston. A dump underneath to Jones. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. He'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll be 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Play fake. Bridgewater. That escapes the sand. Steps away to his left. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. A give. This is Kamara. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
Now a pitch out to Kamara. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Bridgewater from the gun on 3rd down. Aguilar has it. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. They give him 27 yards on the third down conversion. They'll run. This is Camaro. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Teddy Bridgewater, his second touchdown on the season. And the Saints add on to their lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdowns scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now Jameis on second down. He sets up the screen to Jones. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. A first down throw for Winston. And a loose football. The Saints say they have it, and they do.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Bridgewater now after the fumble recovery. Throw left side taken in by Hill. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. Now before the second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Third and long now after the sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. On play action, it's Bridgewater. He can run for it, and he will. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. First down, Bridgewater. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the gun, Bridgewater. Throw left side complete. It's Hill. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. Bridgewater on first down. Eluding the pressure right. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
Off the play fake, Bridgewater. Stepping up, he'll try and run. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
Normally we're talking about a quarterback duel where they're matching each other pass for pass. How about the footwork in this one? Both of these guys running the ball well.
Yeah, they've mixed in the run game. You're exactly right. Now, both coaches might not like how much their quarterbacks have taken off, but another example right there of just good mobility. On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 11 more on that one, and another first down. From the red zone now, Bridgewater. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. The tight end Josh Hill was the target, and it's 2nd down. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. And Lutz puts this one through. And that's going to make this a 16-0 ball game. So they get the 3, increase their lead to close out the half.
Excellent way to end a drive. Going to the locker room with a little bit of extra momentum after adding 3 to their total.
Fielded about a yard deep. So we have reached halftime. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter. Set now to go for the 3rd quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now Bridgewater. Forced out to his left. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. Not only another first down, that also puts him over 100 yards rushing.
That's not something you see very often in the NFL. We see it more in college. But I think with more of the melding of the college game with quarterbacks, we'll see this a little bit more often in the future.
A 10th carry for Kamara. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
A second down throw for Bridgewater. And an alley to run. Room to run past midfield. He gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier in this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
They go play action here on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Levante David not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. Well, for last week's performance, which was so good, he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week. He got a lot of praise, and understandably so, from national media. Looking pretty good on that play, too.
And I love what he told us this week before the game. He talked about how much time they spend working on pass rush moves, every position, because anyone could go after the quarterback in their defense, and you can see how they've all absorbed their lessons.
Here's Bridgewater. And now he'll tuck it and run. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
Looked to me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah, I don't think it was a big adjustment, but much more emphasis on making sure they knew where he was when he decided to take off and go.
They go play action. Bridgewater looking deep downfield. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, right? And I think we can see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out if that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23.
Ready. Blue lady.
They'll run again now with Darkwa. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Hey, boys, got 4 down. Ready. White 25. Here we go.
Winston on 3rd and 2. He's going to float this one deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll be down deep into New Orleans territory. A big play for the Bucs there on 3rd down. 59 9 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
Ready? Move ready.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion.
Ready?
On the road, Darkwan. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
While there was no gain on that run, we do know coaches whose identity is rooted in taking it almost to the limit and then changing things up on you down the stretch. I think we're getting really close to that point in time, though, where the identity may have to go out the window, and they've got to go a little bit faster in order to try and win the game.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Cameron Brate, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Bucs are able to close the gap just a bit. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a 2-point conversion, but still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense, right?
That's true. You've said that before. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. The 3rd quarter has not been kind to them. After they built that lead at intermission, they've seen that lead shrink.
And how much of that is simply execution? How much of that is maybe you lose your edge a little bit because you've got a lead? And you do have to credit the other team some because they've made some adjustments to start to slow them down. Can they find those counters now, those extra plays or plays they haven't run that'll be effective and get them back moving again?
They'll be looking for something here, anything to seize that momentum back.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
They run it again with Kamara. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. It was Jason Pierre-Paul who was able to get him down.
Well, after what we just saw, we know that with 3rd down coming up, this is not a gimme for the offense. They've got to figure out what they want to do. Do they challenge their offensive line and try and run it? Or do they go ahead and concede that this is a tough defense and put it in the air?
He may try and run for this. And he's got the first, but we also have a flag on the field. And they're already walking backwards.
Holding offense.
So a decent gain,
Still
but
3rd
all
down.
for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. Looking here for Smith downfield. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. Well, they haven't had a whole lot of success in the passing game here. Now, in the second half, he's thinking, I guess maybe just take a shot deep.
I think you're right. Almost looking for a bailout, isn't he? Can my receiver go up and make a big play for me? Can I create a penalty downfield, maybe pick up an interference call or get that yardage downfield? Anything trying to get going again, but you're right. He definitely took a shot.
And a look now at the game so far for Jameis Winston. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at the 34.
Hey, ready? Blue lady.
They'll run with Darkwa. Avoids him at the 40. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Back now in Tampa. It's Buccaneer football, but they've got work to do. They find themselves behind here to start the fourth quarter. Now a second down throw for Winston. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
A second down throw for Winston. Left side here, that's complete to Godwin. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That one goes for 24 yards. Jameis now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Ready, blue lady.
Now Darkwa. And he stopped immediately there. Tackle made that time by Jay Bromley.
No gain on that run, and while the team is down, there's still time to come back and win the football game. If I'm the offensive coordinator, though, I've got to think about moving at a faster pace and maybe opening things up a little bit and throwing it a little bit more.
Ready, black 22.
Here's Darkwa. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Now whistles here before the snap. Looked like one of the Bucs may have moved.
Offense.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5.
Still third down.
So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long.
Ready, blue lady.
Working out of the gun, Winston. And this one is incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And Hauschka's kick is good. And this is back down to a 7-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter, maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. Play fake. Bridgewater. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. Third and long for Bridgewater. Fighting through. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Jason Pierre-Paul in there to drop him, and back-to-back sacks now bring up fourth and long.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
On third down, Winston. And that is incomplete.
The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch, but underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back and get it.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Again, it's Kamara. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. A first down throw for Bridgewater. And down he goes. The pressure getting to Bridgewater.
One thing they definitely like about this youngster is his motor. He is full throttle on each and every snap. Loves to get after the quarterback, and that has to feel good to him right there. His first career sack.
Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. To throw is Bridgewater. Escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Throwing here, Bridgewater. It's Hill, complete. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Now the Buccaneers go ahead and take another timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Bridgewater. And an alley to run. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. Well, not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. The busy night continues for Kamara. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Bridgewater buying time to his left. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Saints on 3rd down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Now Bridgewater. And an alley to run. 10 yards is the pickup there, and that should just about put a bow on this one. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Running with Kamara. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Bridgewater here to throw. That ball's caught. Aguilar right side. And a stoppage here, a timeout before this third down play takes place. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. The Saints on third down. Well, they've converted 7 times and could use another right now. This is 3rd and 7. Toss play, Kamara. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. Now Bridgewater on 4th down. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Michael Thomas, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead.
Well, that was absolutely ideal for them, wasn't it? Trying to salt this game away. I think one of my kids just graduated in the amount of time they had the football. That was absolutely impressive.
Everybody wants those salt-away-the-game drives. What makes them successful?
Well, when you're able to mix run-pass, when you're able to control the football and stay ahead of the chains, I'm using every cliche I know, but that's how you get it done because you're not taking negative plays, and that way you're able to run what you want to run when you get a chance to call it.
Well, in this one, partner, we had some action all the way down to the final whistle there with the late points and then the kickoff to end it.
Yeah, and the best part about it is just seeing how teams battled all the way to the end, you know. Didn't really matter. Scoreboard was pretty well set, but they still competed until the final whistle.
So for the Saints, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to Lambeau to take on the Packers. Meanwhile, for the Buccaneers, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel